Oh, I have done something to my back. It could be my new leg. I have no idea, but I'm gonna sit right here until I'm done with my story. Ow. The reason that I think that it could be my leg is because all of this happened at the same time. I got my leg, I got some sort of head cold, and my back went out. I'm on my knee scooter for the next several days to see if I can heal my back up enough to wear my leg and see what in the world is going on. So let's talk about advocating for yourself. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. My name is Kerri. I am a below the knee amputee of almost, I actually don't know. I think I'm coming up on my 3rd year. Anyway, so let's talk about what happened. This is also going to be a review of Martin Bionics. And at the very end, I'm going to tell you what my insurance said when I called them about returning my prosthetic leg and going someplace else, and also some free resources that I have made just for you. The reason that I chose Martin Bionics is because they have the adjustable socket system, which we'll get into in a minute. I called them at the very beginning of September in 2024. That gives us all of September, all of October, all of November, and all of December in order to get me approved and fitted with all of the different adjustments made before I can take my final socket home. I make sure whenever I call them on the phone, is there going to be an issue with this? No, not at all. We have a bunch of people trying to get in before the end of the year. Not a problem. We do this all the time. So I say, great, let's go forward because I want to see if this adjustable socket is going to work for me. Considering I have to wear tons of socks, I want to completely be rid of all of the sock idea and travel the world with this adjustable socket and not have to worry about the socket at all because I can manipulate it and move it into what I need it to be. It won't matter what I eat, what elevation I'm at, it does not matter. My limb will be able to fit in this socket because it's adjustable. It takes literally 2 months to get me approved for this socket. This is going on 3-way calls with our insurance company. This is trying to get doctors to sign paperwork. I have never been through a more rigorous process than what Martin Bionics did in order to get approval. That is the one thing that I do not like about them. Everything else I really, really, really like. But the approval process through Martin Bionics, I feel like is extreme. And I had heard that before I called them, but I decided to try to go through it anyways. Now is a great time to mention that I have 2 things for you. I have created a book with all of these different experiences. It's called the Amputee Q&A Guide, and it is everything that I have been through as an amputee, all of the questions that I had before amputation, during amputation, after amputation, all of the surprises that happened to me, like this situation. I put it in the book. It's one of those things where you can scour the internet for a lot of these answers, but there are quite a few in there that you don't even know to ask. I did not know to ask, will my body temperature change? I did not know to ask how to return a prosthetic leg if you've made a mistake with a prosthetist. I put all of those things in there for you. It's a super concentrated information highway if that's what you're looking for. I keep it dirt cheap so that anybody can afford it so that you can get the answers that you need quickly. The second thing I have to offer you guys is my series. I didn't feel like I could put every last little detail in the book, but in the video series, I lay down every single detail of every single question. And both of those can be found on my Stand store or in the link below. Okay, so I finally get approved somewhere in the middle of November because of Thanksgiving, because of Christmas break. I asked the prosthetist again, are you sure that you can get me in and fitted? Because at this point, I need to jump ship if I need to jump ship. I have to get this done before the end of the year because of my deductible. If I extend it into January, if I go past that December 31st mark and we go into January of 2025, I now have to pay my $6,800 deductible again. So it's now going to cost me an additional $6,000 or $7,000 if we go past that December 31st mark. That's why I was so adamant. Are we going to be able to make this happen? So I go in for the initial consultation. We take all of the measurements, the casting, all of that stuff. I stay the night that night. We go through several fittings with the adjustable socket and decide this is not going to work. We can't make this work because the pin is way too sensitive. We spent about 16 hours together and it just was not going to work. He did a great job trying to make it work and it just, my bone won't handle it. If you guys haven't seen this, it is super cool. It is revolutionary. I believe they're the only ones that do it, that offer it. But what it is basically, it is a ratchet strap system that holds you in place. You can ratchet it tighter on the bottom, up top, whatever suits your fancy in order to make you the most comfortable. It's a great concept, a great idea. However, this system also uses a pin lock, and the pin on the bottom of the sleeve would bend and it would hit my bone, and it was very uncomfortable for me. So the actual adjustable socket may have worked, but I could not handle the pin lock part of the adjustable socket. So fast forward over several different trips to Oklahoma City and back, which is not their fault, that's my fault. They are in Oklahoma City, I'm in Tulsa, but it does cost a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, babysitters, I'm on my own, my husband is not here, so there is a whole lot going on for me to make an appointment in Oklahoma City, go and come back. The second to last time that I go is in December. We get a test socket made, and for the most part, it fits pretty good. Like, we like it. There's nothing wrong with it, except the liner that I'm wearing is a specific liner to pin lock. So my prosthetist says, no problem, we'll make the final off of this test socket and we will just order that same exact liner in not pin lock, just in the traditional liner. December 30th, one day before all hits the fan, I go into my final, looking forward to it, and he was not able to order the liner. He had to choose a different liner. So we had to go through all of this process all over again of the pads, the stickers, the different things inside the socket in order to make it fit, because now I'm in a different liner. This socket was made for a specific liner. I'm in a different liner. It does not fit. We run out of time. It's almost 5 o'clock. We just have to go with it. And what he makes sure to tell me is that this is under warranty. So if there is anything wrong with the socket, just bring it back, we will fix it. If we have to make you a new socket, we will. I signed for it, I'm done with the money portion. They get paid, I pay my $2,500, we go into January. In January, I go to a couple more fittings, and I am not getting a good fit. Through this entire process, my prosthetist has been wonderful. He has been attentive, he has been kind, he has been quick to help. Never once did I feel pushed off anything, nothing. He has been wonderful, and he is desperately trying to help me. We're working together, we're staying patient, we're working this out, but it's just not working. I come home with a test socket that still is not working. It's on the ring system. That's the one that I showed you guys with the casting at the top, and my rings could not push past it. And even if my rings did push past it, because it was straight, the rings were so bulbous at the bottom that it caused a whole lot of socks at the top. So I call up to Martin Bionics and I ask to speak with the lead prosthetist. And he knows a little bit about the case, and he's willing to help me work forward through this. So I go back in, we do a complete redo. This is the third casting that we've done to this point, and he redoes everything from the ground up. We decide to go with the suspension sleeve because we have already done all of the other ones. The only thing left at this point that I'm a candidate for is the suspension sleeve. So I get a suspension sleeve test socket. I take it home, I wear it, it's great. I call them, let's do this, let's make a final. He makes a final socket. I love it. Today I can't wear it because I messed up my back. I don't know if it's short. I don't know if it has anything to do with the leg, but this socket, I love it. It is perfect. I love this socket. The only thing I don't like about it is that the movement is a little bit restrictive because it's a suspension sleeve. That's not their fault. That is just how the sleeve is made. So full review of Martin Bionics. I don't love the process of getting all of the paperwork done up front. I feel like that could be streamlined a little bit, a lot of it. In the rest of my experience, I felt very taken care of. So I highly recommend them, especially if you feel like you are a candidate for the adjustable socket. Absolutely go see them. In the book, I talk about how to advocate for yourself. And by advocate, I don't mean scream and yell with signs on the corner. That is not what I mean. I mean, don't take no for an answer if it is incorrect. When you deal with prosthetists, when you deal with doctors, when you deal with anybody outside of your body that is helping your body, you need to be very firm and very fair with them in what you are feeling and what is happening. Otherwise, they don't know. So when I say advocate for yourself, what I mean is whenever I called up to Martin Bionics and I said, this is not working, I am frustrated, we've gone through, I feel like all of the options, can we gather some more minds together to help me work through this process? Because I feel like I'm either not communicating it correctly, there's a disconnect somewhere, and I need some more help interpreting what needs to be done here. And you know what the answer was? Absolutely. Yes, come in. We will work together. We will figure this out. We are more than happy to help you. That's what I mean by advocating for yourself. Don't give up. Don't just stop because you're frustrated. People get frustrated all the time. Because here's the thing, when dealing with American insurance, you might not have the option to go to a different place. I called my insurance company and I asked them, if I was to return this socket and go to a different prosthetist in 2025, because I already paid for it in 2024, what happens? What now? And the answer was a little bit surprising. They said the return policy is through your prosthetist. So the prosthetist has to actually accept the return and say, yes, we are willing to return it and void out this transaction from the insurance company. And then Kerri, you get your money back. We'll send the money back to the insurance. And now Kerri is free to go get another leg from a different prosthetist. But the insurance company said that if they do not void it out, if they are not willing to return it, there is nothing that my insurance company can do about it. They cannot force them to return it because of the nature of what it is. However, me getting another prosthesis is based on medical necessity. So if in 2025, I decide this isn't working, I'm gonna jump ship, I'm gonna cut ties, I can't make it work, they can't make it work, I'm gonna go to a different prosthetist, then yes, I can go to a different prosthetist, but I have to go through all of the paperwork all over again. We have to resubmit it to insurance for approval. I have to get doctors to say, yes, she does still need a prosthetic leg. And if we just spent 2 or 3 months doing this a couple of weeks ago, are they gonna be willing to participate in this again? I have no idea. So what I did by signing for my leg in 2024 was pretty sketchy, and I would not recommend it. But I did have high hopes that Martin Bionics would be able to help me, and they did. But if you feel like you're in a situation where your prosthetist probably won't be able to help you, or they're not willing to help you, do not pay for your final until you know for sure that they're gonna, number one, be able to help you, number two, honor the warranty, and number three, not get frustrated and quit on you. Because that's absolutely something that can happen too. They can say, you're too hard to deal with, forget it, just leave, go somewhere else. And now you are stuck with having to go through the entire process all over again. I feel like it is very important to find a prosthetist based on recommendations and not just somebody out of the phone book or from your insurance as far as covered providers. Which is why I put this on the internet and I said, who is your favorite prosthetist? I need their name, their clinic, and their city and state, and I will put it in a document, and I have that in the description for you as well. I made sure to get as many states as I possibly could covered, and it is in a Google Doc for free down below. So if that is something that you need, go get it. I also have a free list of vetted surgeons, of elective amputee surgeons, so that if you say, my doctor won't listen to me, I have a free list of surgeons down below for you. All you have to do is give me your email address and I will send it to you. Everything I do on this channel is in hopes of helping you. So if you need help, please go look at the resources that I have for you. I have tried to streamline everything as much as I can. And I try to share all of the good and the bad so that you know what you're getting into in different situations. I hope you guys found value in this video. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe if you need more tips like this on being an amputee in general, but also elective amputation and how to go through that process. I give you all of the information that I possibly can. I hold nothing back. And if you need those resources, they're down below for you. If you found value in this video and you want to know the difference between the ring system and the suspension sleeve and why I went with the suspension sleeve, you can watch this video right here where I break down everything that has to do with the vacuum suction socket systems, the ring system and the suspension sleeve. Have a great day.